Over the last few sections, we have built and customized a simple web report in the report editor and published our report. However, our published report does not display any drill down features, and the report objects don't interact with each other. For example, perhaps we want to be able to click on the topics by sentiment chart here and then have this filter this subtopics tag cloud and only show the subtopics related to a specific type of sentiment or topic. And maybe we would also like to be able to see the underlying records or reviews that fall under each of these topics or subtopics that we filtered by. This is where the standard drill down and enhanced drill down features of PolyAnalyst web reports comes into play. So we'll switch back to the report editor and start talking about standard drill down. So for standard drill down, this is a feature that you can enable on your dynamic components like bar charts and tag clouds, so that when you double click on any part of the component, it will open a data grid in a new window showing the associated records. To enable standard drill down in a component, you can either find the drill down options in the upper right corner of the component's toolbar here, or you can find the drill down options by right clicking the component and finding it in this manner. Like that. So now if we republish our report with the standard drill down applied to these components, we will now see in our report that we can click on a part of our bar chart here, double click, and then we see this drill down table pop up that shows records that are in the topic of print quality and the sentiment of positive. We can clear this out by just clicking anywhere outside of the bar to unselect that. And if we want to drill down in the subtopics tag cloud, we can also do the same thing, double clicking. And then we see that the subtopics for selling price is the filter for the records here. And we can see all the records that have subtopics of selling price. So next, let's talk about enhanced drill down. The enhanced drill down is how we would link two or more components so that one of them acts like a filter for the other. So for example, let's see how we could implement this enhanced drill down so that the topics by sentiment bar chart here can filter this subtopics tag cloud. So we're going to move into the report editor again. And we can enable enhanced drill down or EDD connections between the components by clicking the lightning bolt icon on the left here to enter EDD mode. When we do this, we now see that the components are grayed out. Now, all we need to do is use our mouse to drag an arrow between the components, similar to how you would connect nodes in the analytical client. And we click and drag towards the component that we want to be controlled. So we'll see that once they've been connected, there's a green dashed line between them. And now the bar chart here will control and filter the subtopics in this particular component. Now, if we want to remove or reconfigure a connection we've made, all we need to do is to right click on the dashed line here, and we will see some options to configure or delete, and we can do that. Delete the connection, and we can re-add it as well. Now, when we're done, we can exit EDD mode by either clicking on the canvas somewhere, or we can just toggle back and forth using the EDD mode icon over here on the left. When we are ready to see our changes, we can republish this report and view the published report. Now, when we click on the topics by sentiment chart, we see that the tag cloud is now changing to show the subtopics under that particular topic. Now, notice that although our subtopics tag cloud can still be drilling down to a standard drill down table here to see the underlying records, we don't see that anymore when we click here. And this is because we haven't enabled the proper settings for this particular drill down. So one way we can do this is if we want to have enhanced drill down and standard drill down, is we need to ensure that our selections for drill down include enhanced and standard for this particular widget here. So then if we republish, we now see that it not only filters this subtopics, but we can also double click on here and view the underlying results from here directly. Now, instead of just using a standard drill down table that pops up by double clicking a particular word or bar in our charts, if instead we would prefer to have a data table of the reviews at the bottom here that just adjusts according to our selections so that we don't need to have a pop-up window occur. We can do this by changing some settings in our report. So in our report editor view, we can choose to add a data table to the main sheet. And we can do this by either going to our imported nodes and grabbing another data table. Or if we wanted, we could just go to the reviews sheet and use this one and make a copy or duplicate it on the main sheet. So we're going to do that. We just right click, go to the duplicate to option, and select which sheet we want to duplicate it to. Since we want to duplicate it to the other sheet, we want to make sure that we select the main sheet. And now we see that the table has been duplicated to the main sheet on the top here. We're going to next want to rearrange our components to where we want them to be. So let's move these reviews down here at the bottom instead. Make some other adjustments. Now that we have our components arranged with our data table in place, we next need to create the enhanced drill down interactions between all of our components. So we're going to re-enter EDD mode here. And right here, we have to enable the drill down capacity for both the bar chart and the tag cloud to interact with the reviews data table. So we want both the topics bar chart to interact and change this. And we also want the tag cloud to change it. So we make two connections here, like so. And then we can exit this mode. Now, so since we have all three of these components on this one page here, it's a bit redundant to have another page for the reviews data table. So what we can do is we can choose either to delete this page, or we can hide the page for now and maybe work on it a little bit later. We'll choose this latter option. So let's hide this page. So now we will not see it when we publish our new report. So we're going to republish our report. And then we're going to open our published report. And we now see that it is just a single page because we hid the second page. And we also see that we have the enhanced drill down established between all of our components. So when I select something in this bar chart, I notice that the reviews have changed to only show reviews with the topics of about print quality and positive sentiment. And if I choose the color print quality subtopic, I also see that reflected in the reviews down here.